Oh, I seriously think that I'm regressing. I mean, last year I was living alone, walking the streets of New York at night, doing my own laundry, and now I'm getting into sparring matches with the old man like some teenage drama cliche. But back then, I was never the one drinking. That was always you. And he had no idea. The other day, after Dad and I fought, I went walking to cool off, and I went past a church. Music was just pouring out of the windows, practically telling me to come in and cleanse myself of my sins. So naturally, I went, and no one stopped me. And before you judge me, yes, I was wearing a mask. Honestly, at this point, it's really for other people, because if the virus came knocking at my door, I would open that so fast. Nah, that's not true. I'm just clinically depressed. What? Where was it? The church? So I walked straight into this memorial service for this guy. And why do they call it a memorial service anyways? Why not just call it a funeral? What do they think, they're gonna soften the blow or something? Oh, it was such a beautiful service. It's not a wedding. Anyways, this guy, Mr. Frank Martin, had apparently lived a long life. But the priest kept saying that we had to focus on Dash. You know, he was born in February of one year and he died in May of another, but it was really about the dash in between his life. It was a celebration of life. Yeah, held at the Frank and an urn on a pedestal and a gathering of no more than 10 people to celebrate. You know what saying? Funerals are for the living? Bullshit. Why should my funeral be about anyone else but me? It's not about you and your grief. It's about the fact that I fucking died, because funerals are for the dead. Sorry. Memorial services. Yeah, after the obituaries, this woman named Michelle came up and sang some church song. When she finished, everyone clapped and she smiled. And then Frank Martin's funeral suddenly became about his second cousin Michelle, who could have sworn she could have been a singer if it wasn't for her buck teeth or something. It was morbid in every sense of the word. That's why when I die, I don't want a funeral. No open casket, no singing cousin Michelle. No, I just want to be gone. Just throw my body in a ditch and drive away. Don't look back. Don't say, oh, I wish I had more time with her. No, because it's not about you. Just think, if she died, that sucks. The end. Is that wrong of me? Should I not talk death with you? Okay. Alright, talk about something else. Not death. Love. I've been reading about love. The study of love, the psychology of love, the neuroscience of love, and intimacy and sexuality, and what is any of it really? Intimacy. Feels like an endangered species these days. When you're robbed of the physical, you're left with the emotional, but that makes me wonder how much emotion was really there to begin with. Am I emotionally intimate with anyone? Do I even want intimacy? Eric Fromm, some seminal Semitic white guy, said that love is a practice. You know, I thought he was gay. In like the 10th grade, there was this girl named Corinne who I was completely obsessed with. I called her Corey. She had the most beautiful, thick brown hair, and every single class that we had together, I would sit right behind her and I would just stare at the back of her head. I swear by the end of the year, I memorized each individual strand and how it fell. And she was like a storybook princess. Just innocent, beautiful, alluring, and absolutely unattainable. Finally, I got the courage to ask her out junior year. Right, I didn't want to be so obvious, so I said I need help with AP Chem. 2 weeks of studyless study sessions later, we kissed. Love is a practice. I have to disagree, Mr. Fromm. How can I practice love if I'm stuck in a home with him? I don't practice loving him, but it's there, in spite of us. Love is not a practice. Love is... Corey's parents were like crazy strict. They went through her phone one day and they saw our messages to each other. She didn't have to choose. I broke up with her. The whole thing was stupid anyways, I thought. And gay wasn't even the right word. And I think I realized that after we kissed, but I kept dating her only because... And I mean, she loved me. Like, she told me that she loved me. And yeah, I said it first, but that was only because I haven't seen her in a really long time. Like, a really long time. But I tell myself, I tell everyone that I only date men. I don't like girls. Women like that. And anyways, what do parents know about a healthy relationship anyways? They're divorced. What do they know except for like doing coke in the 80s? That wasn't love, right? I didn't practice that. It was easy. And then it became complicated. So I stopped. And if that's what love is, then love is... I mean, did Michelle really love her cousin Frank? If she loved him, why turn his funeral into a concert of what could have been? Why co-opt his moment? That should have been Frank's moment. And if Michelle couldn't see that, then she never could have loved him. Or maybe she loved him up to the moment that he croaked. And when he couldn't give her love anymore, maybe she just stopped feeling obligated to give it back. Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, I did date a woman one other time. All for nothing, though. Apparently, I was the experiment. And yeah, I thought it was love. If you asked me back then what I thought love was, I would have said, love is a woman. Love is a woman. And she is the most deceitful, manipulative bitch I had ever met. She is a liar. Isn't it a lie when someone says that they love you, when someone becomes love and then leaves? Love is a woman. And she is cosmically beautiful. And I held her. I felt her. And I owned her. And none of it was true. She was never mine. Love is that woman. And I hope she is somewhere burning like my passion for her used to, burning like the candles we lit on our anniversary, burning like the pits of hell that spit her into my path in the first place. Love is a demon, a devil spawn, a hellion who gets off on my pain, Love is a broken heart. And I'm getting sidetracked again. I'm sorry. I really don't know what to say. But I've been thinking about you a lot lately. More than it's probably healthy. But no one's healthy these days. And everyone's dying. So of course you're on my mind. I don't think there's a moment when you're not there. You're like a phantom just in my field of vision, but just not quite. And I think about the way that I carry myself, and then I wonder, what would you have done differently? What would you have done better? Would have been. You would have never crashed your funeral because you would never got into a fight with Dad. You would have no reason to demand anything of you because you were just perfect, weren't you? Hey, if my ex really is in hell, maybe I get to see her. would have loved to see that. You would have never had a crush on Corinne. You would have never fallen for any of it. You were the straightest girl on the planet. And I want to replicate you right now. I need to be you, because being me, it's not getting me through. I feel like I took your life and I did a bad job of having it, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I can't be Little Miss Perfect. I'm sorry that I'm standing here complaining about this to you. I'm sorry that you're not here, that I am, and it's shit, and I'm sorry. I love you. I wish I could feel your love. I wish I could stay up all night and talk life and death and exes with you. I wish I could argue with you. I wish I could laugh with you. I wish I could give you a hug and hear your voice and see your smile. I wish I could tell you I feel you here, but I don't. It's all a lie. I never have. But I'll still keep talking to you. You've always been the only person that I could ever really talk to. The only person that who's ever really loved me. I wish I could trade your secrets for mine. Coming home drunk, that's nothing. I think I'm queer. But I won't. I won't say it. Now I'm stuck here. And I'm not afraid. I'm not. I don't even know if you can even hear me. Because this is easy. You're already gone. But out there in the living room, and in the street past the church, love is out there where it gets complicated.
I ended up walking half the day away, imagining I was back in the city. My feet were here, but my mind was in New York. I was standing at this intersection. On one side, in my mind's eye, I could see the sushi place I used to go to for lunch, and on the other was the beauty shop where I bought my braids sometimes, and I was by our coffee house, looking at the club with the pride flag in the front, the one she finally convinced me to go to. That deceitful hellspawn who was probably the love of my life. And I could see all these things, these clashing cultures, paradoxes, each living boldly in their own corner, never crossing. I was standing at that intersection, and I thought, wouldn't it be something if I crossed the street? If I crossed the street and got my weed and picked up a white girl in the cafe and danced with her all night long in the club, and afterwards her and I and the bartender and maybe Michelle and maybe Frank Martin's reanimated corpse and maybe Dad and maybe you.
And the road for us was just a suggestion. Imagine an intersection like that. Right on the corner of Oz and Neverland.